Hey folks, it's Max92. This is essentially a sequel video to the video I did last week about Halo Infinite, so if you haven't seen it, I suggest you do that first. You can click either the card or navigate to my channel to watch it. Alright, now that you've seen it, or you don't care to see it, we're going to get into the meat of this video. Many other voices are speaking on this topic right now, so nobody has infinite time for my rambling. First off, let's tackle the main problem, the progression system. I honestly don't have that much of a problem with the challenges on their own. Some of them are a bit obscure and a bit overly difficult, and they may need to become a bit more generalized in some way, but removed from the context of being the only means of progression, it's fine. So my solution here is, 1. Add some kind of variable match XP, as pretty much everyone has been saying. 2. Bring back the original daily challenges. And 3. Remove the purchasable levels and double XP boosts. To explain these steps a little, by variable match XP, I mean something that is partially performance-based and partially guaranteed. For example, you'd still get 50 XP for completing a match, and then you'd get 50 more XP for a victory, and then you'd get, say, somewhere between 1 and 100 additional XP depending on how you did in relation to mode, meaning it takes 5 high-performance wins per Battle Pass level. For example, say you get 20 to 30 kills in a Slayer match. Then, regardless of whether or not your team won, you get most, if not all, of the 100 XP for performing well. On the other hand, you get like 20 to 30 kills in an oddball match, but you didn't touch the ball even once. In this case, you'd end up with less of that performance-based XP because you didn't play the objective very much. As far as I understand, the ranked ladder calculates based on performance, so they could potentially just port over whatever algorithm they have there to XP. As for bringing back the original daily challenges, as far as I can remember, they gave more XP than the current play one match for 50 XP does. With the variable match XP system in place, we don't need that recurring single challenge anymore. The previous daily challenge system would slowly award more XP the more matches played, so it would be a better overall system. Reach, and probably other games, had a system kind of similar to this. My final point on fixing progression was removing the purchasable levels and double XP boosts. I don't mind the spend more on the battle pass and get boosted 25 levels bundle that much, but the $2 per level is really exploitative and should be taken out. Maybe just have an option to buy the whole thing outright instead. I don't mind the doubled XP boosts as rewards, but as a purchasable item, I think it, in addition to how slow the current system is, becomes problematic and overly incentivizes paying to get a reasonable experience. The edited progression system I've proposed should be significantly faster than the existing one, and therefore shouldn't need purchasable speed-ups anyway. I don't mind leaving the purchasable challenge swaps because I feel like that is more of a choice. You earn them along the way, and you can buy them if you want them, and with challenges as a secondary experience path, it's less scummy. Priced at like $2 or more for $1 isn't terrible. My second biggest issue with Halo Infinite is the customization, mainly the fact that color palettes are totally locked to specific armor cores, but also that there are so few color options available. Step 1 here is allowing all acquired color palettes and all visor colors to work on all armor cores. It doesn't really make sense why a paint job would be locked to a specific armor. That feels like what the armor kits are supposed to be for. Doing this would greatly open up the color palettes instantly. The fact that the Yoroi armor from the Tenrai event doesn't even have the cadet paint jobs is kind of ridiculous, and I'll get to the event later. Step 2 would be adding some kind of customizable color palette into the mix. There's a mock-up by u/BakaStep on r/Halo that's based on an idea by u/FabulousTop3970 that I think is a pretty good idea that basically is just the color customization system from Warframe. I'll have a link to the Reddit post in the description so you can look at that yourself. But I have another idea that keeps the value of armor coatings better. Keep the same basic idea from the previously mentioned concept, but rather than just outright purchasing the colors and textures, you unlock additional colors and textures when you unlock or purchase new armor coatings. Obviously, you should get some basic colors to start with, but you also start with all the cadet armor coatings, which are most of the basic colors, so it's not that different. This works as a compromise that doesn't add in a whole new monetization system to the game, because it certainly doesn't need any more of those. The launch of the Fractures Tenrai event created another issue I didn't get to talk about in the previous video, and it's kind of lucky that I finished that video before the event, because it probably would have added a whole extra page to that script. I think this event is organized very silly. I'm not sure why they're just repeating the event 1 week per month or something like that. My first fix for the event is just to make it longer. Run it for like a few weeks rather than a week here and there. That does mean events would probably happen less frequently, but that's fine. If they are worried that people aren't going to get to experience them, you can just rerun popular events yearly or something like that, like games like Overwatch do. But don't totally copy Overwatch, because that's not the greatest event system either. Another weird thing about the events is that they provide so few challenges. I only got like 7 of them. As it stands, it would take 4 to 5 iterations of the Tenrai event to complete the 30-tier event pass. Given their estimates of when the event will run, that probably won't be until March or April. This means that if you want any customizations for the Yoroi armor, you have to buy them from the shop. It's not optional until at least January. This will contribute to what I mentioned in my previous video about people just running around in default and being generally indistinguishable. My solution to this is twofold. The first part I mentioned when talking about customization. Armor coatings and visor colors should be available to all armor cores. If they want to lock armor colors to an armor, use the armor kits. That seems like what they are for. The second part of my solution is to make the event challenges a separate list. This will give more value to challenge swaps, since there are more challenges available to the player, give more challenges for the event, and make it so people can choose to complete the event at their own pace rather than being forced to complete it at a pace set out by the developers. Plus, this could make the choice to run events periodically, as it currently exists, make more sense. You could decide to plow through the whole event this week, or you could take it as a slower pace and complete it next time or the time after. It just gives the player more choice overall. So those are my solutions here. Click the links in the description, like or dislike the video, whichever you feel, subscribe for more videos, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share the video so more people can see it. Do the things. And anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!